Welcome one, welcome all. I am Bridger, and today we're jumping back into Old World. I know I started streaming this a little bit back a couple months ago, and then COVID happened to me finally, and then I got busy at work, but I've got some time to play and stream again, so we're going to give it a shot. So, firstly, I'm going to try turning on a mod for additional portraits. I'm going to be trying out Dynamic World and Dynamic Units in the near future, but I'd rather try those a little bit in single player before I'd stream them. And we're going to go with Rome because that's what I'm comfortable with. I'm going up one difficulty level from what I'm normally accustomed to, which is the Strong. We're going to go to the Noble and try playing that. And I think we're only going to make a couple of small adjustments. Specifically, I like Forced March to only be double fatigue. I don't like you to be able to unlimited Forced March. I know it's not a huge thing. I just like the concept. I think it works a little better that way. All right. So everything else is just going to be on default, and we're going to hit start and see what happens. Oh, I think I meant to change to random leader, but it is what it is. Let's go with it. So if you haven't played Old World, you don't know what it is, I really like it. I think it does some things to the Civ formula which are very cool. It adds a lot of authenticity, verisimilitude a little bit. All right, so we are playing as Romulus. And what's interesting is that Rome, when you start with the historical leader as Romulus, you always have a brother, Remus, who doesn't like you. And oftentimes, he will try to murder your children so that he can be the heir. So that's sometimes problematic. All right. So we've got a capital with some gold, which is great. We've also got sheep and horses and game. The other thing that's going to be nice about this capital is it's got quite a lot of hills. Oh, we've also got citrus here, but that's not going to be usable for quite a while. So we've got quite a lot of hills, and the hills is going to be very valuable for iron production. And then we've also got some mountains here, which means we can maybe, if we stretch it out, maybe with colonies, get some quarries. This would be a great spot for a quarry. It gets a lot of bonuses from being adjacent to mountains. All right, with all that having been said, let's see where we want to end up. It looks like if we go just a little bit down here, we'll get access to all the resources in our initial starting, so that's what we're going to do. And because it's going to have a bunch of mines, I think there's no reason not to found with the Fabian family. The Fabian family give bonus to training, which is how you get more unit production. Mines, when they have specialists, also give increases in training. And so that will make this city able to produce military units very quickly, which is great. Also, units start with steadfast, which is plus 25% strength, attack and defense against tribal units, which is very good to have at the beginning of the game, which is why if you have access to champions, you should almost always have your capital start with a champion start. And if it's not your first city, it should definitely be your second. So now we have to decide what our research is going to be. A camp would help us get that game. Divination can be valuable too. Granary is also strong early. The camp is going to give me the food and the growth, though, on the game. So I think that's probably where I want to go. And it doesn't have a cost. So we're going to go with the camp trapping first. It also gives me access to slingers, which is going to be useful early on here. So what are we going to do first? The first thing we should definitely do is have our worker get started on something. And the game is suggesting either a quarry here. It actually has no reason for this to be a quarry. Quarry anywhere is +5. So we're not going to worry about a quarry just yet. But definitely this mine is a ton of extra gold. And then, because we are the champions, we get to start with a militia unit in here, which is kind of nice. But let's go ahead and explore. These little ancient ruins can be great early game boosts. So let's find out what the situation is. We found a village that was recently sacked and a band of survivors huddled in the ruins. We could gain a worker or a scout. I think scout is perfect for this. And then one of the things you want to do with your scouts is harvest resources. Oh, we found a nice little valley. This is the Hidden Valley? No. It's kind of a valley, but it's not really. The small valley. Sure. I mean, looking at it, there's a little bit of hills here, a little bit of hills here. It's kind of a valley. Anyway, here we can harvest the sheep to get some extra food. That's quite valuable. The other thing I think we might want to do is just walk over to this city site and secure it. And we've got one order left, which is not enough to get married. So maybe we just move this scout. And then I think we're done. So if you haven't played Old World, orders are a constraint on your ability to do things. And you have to spend them to do basically anything. So it really makes you decide, what do I want to prioritize right now? If you go to war and you're spending your orders moving a lot of units, you're not spending your orders giving workers jobs. So your workers and your economy kind of stagnates while you're at war. And I like that sort of verisimilitude of that. Like, you can't have everything. So the technologies we did get for free includes ironworking, which gave us the ability to build warriors. And then stone cutting, which gave us the ability to do quarries and forts. I haven't used forts a lot, but I think I should. Probably what I need to do is get a worker unit that I kind of just bring along with my military units building roads and forts wherever they go. Not at the beginning of the game, but later on. So Polis lets us build walls and hamlets. Those are all valuable things. The capital by default starts building a settler, because it assumes that's what you're going to want to do. It's not too far off. I think it's right. I think building that first settler is 100% the entire right thing to do, guaranteed, no matter what. So, this... I want this... I want this militia unit here to go and guard this city site on our behalf. You see, we've claimed this city site. Nobody else can settle here unless they declare war on us, which is, you know, less than ideal. So he's going to move over to free that scout out to go and do some moves. Meanwhile, this scout is going to continue exploring. Oh, we've got some more things we can harvest here. Sheep. We're harvesting a little less because we're so far away from our city. Oh, a warlord of the Numidians presents herself at court. She says her people have traditionally cement goodwill with a newly met tribe by sharing the bounty of their next hunt in exchange for a gift. Right now, our economy is in a bit of shambles. Let's see. Do we want to maintain the initial truce? I wish I knew a little bit more about her territory. Oh my god. There's marble. I love having marble. And it looks like a great place to get more quarry-related items. And it's even got a bunch of lush terrain. Like, it can also produce a lot of food. And there's metal over here. No, I don't think we can have a truce. I think that's a bad time. I think we have to, I think we will not be intimidated. The +6 legitimacy is huge. Each point of legitimacy is 1/10 of an order. So that's a 0.6 order there. And it goes up and down over the course of the game, and it's forever. So this +6 legitimacy will always give us 0.6 for the rest of the game, and it adds up very quickly. So next, there's nothing else we can do here. We've used up all our orders. We're going to end the turn. And they're probably going to come and hit my scout here. Yep, there they go. Oh no, Prince Remus has lost some of his charisma. Okay, so now we have to finally get these guys moving. One of the nice things about scouts is that they are invisible when they're in forests. So a great place to explore into is a forest just on the edge of your visibility. I'm going to have this guy explore a little bit more and then wrap around and come back so he can heal and then explore in other directions. I also want to secure this city site, so I'm going to send my swordsman out there right now. Oops. He should probably grab this on his way so that nobody else does. A scarred veteran soldier crouches in the ruin. She says she once commanded the armies of a great nation before resistance brought it crashing down. She's willing to share her vast battlefield knowledge if we are willing to listen. So we can gain a new technology, military drill. Oh, this does... Okay, there we go. So 120 is huge right now. We're only making 12 per turn. So I think I can't turn down a free technology. Military drill is specifically the one that comes after trapping. So we've gotten ourselves a little bit considerably closer to getting steel and therefore axemen. And then this will move a little bit closer to our goal. Now we've got 4 left. So this guy is going to go and get on this hill. See what he can see. Wrap along up here. Ah, perfect. So we found more Numidians. And we found an ancient monument. The tomb of a great leader. Passerby, whoever you may be, I was once the king of kings. Grudge me not, therefore, this piece of earth that covers my body. It's interesting. We could become gracious, which is extra civics. Although the Fabians stop liking us because they're greedy. And they don't like gracious people. No king but me. Oh, another shot to science. Again, that's 5 turns of science. I have a hard time saying no to that. I really like the legitimacy, but man, I love having extra science. All right, we're out of orders at the moment. You're out of order. And that gave us a lot closer to trapping. So now we've got to pick. Roads is a nice thing to have. A pasture would be nice. Because if I recall correctly, yeah, the horses are going to give us an extra half an order. The sheep that we have will give us some extra growth and food, which is very valuable if you're trying to pump out settlers at the beginning of the game. So I think I kind of want to go with that. Here, we're not going to take any chances. We're going to grab this city site. I've said things like, I don't have to worry about that city site. It's close to my capital. Nobody else will get there before me. Yeah, no, they definitely do. All right, so we've kind of explored as far as we want to explore this way. Until I conquer this city, I don't want to worry too much about what's further that way. So this is going to come up here. Oh, refugee outlaws. Escaped prisoners of the Vandals have reached Roma with a band of bounty hunters close behind. The Vandals demand that we return these outlaws so that they may face justice. So we found the Vandals. And to be honest, if I'm going to be fighting the Numidians, maybe I do get a truce with the Vandals, so we have not a 2-front war happening. We could welcome the outlaws like family. They can stay and work, or we return them to their captors and we get a truce. And also I become strict. New infantry units get plus 100 XP if I am the governor. And as leader, all the new infantry units get plus 50 XP anyway. One thing I keep forgetting to do is I always forget to put a stupid governor in charge. And unfortunately, there's no benefits to being a tactician governor. An orator governor reduces unrest per culture level. That's pretty nice. So I'm going to do that because I kind of want to use this guy as a general. So we do now have a governor in Rome, which is valuable. And let's see, what else can we do? We're going to put this right into the forest here because that lets them see more things. Oh, and discovering these things gave me a little food. That's good. All right, and we're out of orders again. Moving on. We don't yet have the ability to do the pasture here or here, but we can do the camp way over here. So we're going to be very good on food and money for the time being. I think after the settler, I want to do one more settler so we get both those cities going, and then I'm going to do warrior slinger and then warrior. I could also do this first, which gives us bonuses to... I mean, only one extra beaker, or research or science rate, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't seem like a lot, but man, there's so few places to get science. So, like, you just slowly have to build it up with these specialists over time. It will take 4 years to build this. Yeah, I think we want to do that before we do our military units. Oops. Keep that guy there. So we still do want a settler second, and then I want a miner. And the miner cost... Now, why is this... Oh, the slinger is still in here. Okay, that's why. There we go. So settler, settler, and then I think slinger, miner, warrior. The miner himself, he's going to get us plus 20 gold per year, which is great. But the plus 1 training helps us build up. I mean, we actually have quite a bit of training here because 25% bonus from champions is great. So we'll build military units fairly quickly. Hold on. I wish I could pull that back. Yeah, control click. No? Control close likely? Says I should be able to restore dismissed reminders. Oh, well. I can be sent... I can do a tribal marriage with the Vandals to get them to like us, so they don't... Theoretically, that will help them... they won't do peace necessarily. Let's do a family marriage to keep the Fabians happy. Right now, they really like me, and that means each of my cities has 10% less upkeep and bonus 5 to strength. And the only person to chat in the channel is somebody that's trying to give me some kind of... trying to sell me something, and I can't figure out... Ah, there we go. This is how we can mark them as... Report them for spamming. There we go. Spammed marketing message. And block this user. There we go. Done. Fixed. Sorry for the delay. Okay, now we've got 3 orders left. And I think I want to use it to continue moving my thing here. We can harvest the game. And harvest the sheep. And next turn we'll go harvest the horses. New family marriage has been proposed. So we can actually marry the oligarch, the leader of the family, which will make them like us probably a lot. But they've got some kind of terrible stats. Or we can get Aurelia the Younger, who's slightly better stats, but she's upset with me because she's proud. Well, we'll fix that, won't we? I don't like that the wisdom is negative, but the wisdom is negative on both of them. Why is this wisdom negative only causing a minus 0.2? Oh, because this one's upset. So every negative is stronger and every positive is weaker when they're upset. But we're going to try to fix that. So now we can try to influence. We need money for that. So we got to wait a turn to try to win her over. All right, meanwhile, our settler is here. Where do we want to go first? I have a feeling this is going to be more valuable because it's close to the mountains so that we can get the stone that we need. Food, we're kind of all set on. And more horses here means more orders, so I do think that that's the direction I want to go. All right. Next, we go here and harvest for money. Ah, now we can get her to like us. It's kind of important that she like us, I think. I think it should be important that she like us, being the spouse and everything. Okay, so last thing we're going to do is wait for him, next turn for him. So let's go this way. Oh, we found more Vandals. We're still at truce with them. I don't think we can make peace with them until we get an ambassador. That will happen soon. Oh. My wife is a Delver. So she would work well in a city that is doing a lot of quarries and or... Let's see if we can't get a little more information about what's up here. Okay, now we know. And knowing being half the battle, G.I. Joe. Actually, we can get everything right here. And it looks like we just get more if we go a little bit further out. So I think that's what we're going to do. Right here. And now we have to choose what to found here. This looks like it's going to be an area that is really going to focus on producing stuff. Rural stuff. So I think the landowners might be the right ones. Reduction in rural specialist production time. So we can produce more miners, more stone cutters, more pasture guys. I think that's the one here. They also get more growth. And they do get a bonus for crop resources. We don't happen to have any crop resources here, but that's okay. They can buy tiles with money, which is also quite valuable. So we're going to go ahead and get the Cloudians. Oh, wow. A lot just got revealed. The Scythian leader arrives in court, delighted that we are already at war with his people's ancestral enemies, the Numidians. He proposes that we establish a diplomatic friendship. That seems like a good call. We don't need to go to war with them. Oh, and we would gain diplomat. So instead of being a tactician, we would become a diplomat. As a leader, as a technician, we get +2 range. Ranged units are hidden in friendly or in neutral trees. He'd lose his wisdom and gain charisma instead. And we'd get peace. Oh, man. I kind of want that. And then I want to fast track to an ambassador and see if we can get an alliance with the Vandals so that we can try to just take their stuff peacefully. All right, so now we want to fast track to ambassador. That's here. So divination and aristocracy are the next ones that we want. And the game has a very clever way of doing this. If you target a tech by clicking on it, it will show you a reminder when you go to choose the random cards that come up. Okay, so now we've got to choose what's going to happen in this new city. I think a worker immediately. And then usually what I do in new cities, especially ones that are out on the border. So we've got peace with the Scythians. Hopefully we can get an alliance with them. I would also not mind an alliance with the Vandals, but it's usually difficult to get more than one of these things. So if we have a child, we can try to get a marriage of that child with the Scythians, and that will make the Scythians like us even more, I hope. Meanwhile, we don't necessarily need walls here, but we're going to start with a worker and then maybe build a settler here in the near future. But there's barbarians down here, so maybe not a settler, maybe a slinger. Let's get more military going. Anyway, up here, we have more Vandals. I was hoping to find a city on this same river that I'm on here, because being connected to a capital gives you growth, it reduces unrest, or discontent it's called, and it reduces your upkeep. So, to me, it seems very valuable to see if we can't find... Yep, there's the settlement that happens to be on the same river that we're on. Unfortunately, it's guarded by barbarians. So we're going to need to focus on that. After this settler pops out, we're building a bunch of military units and we'll go take them out. You only usually need 2. You might even be able to get away with 1 if you have a good general. King Romulus the settler has led to an event. Oh, we're there we go. I never thought I would find love in our marriage, but I'm glad that I have. And it seems like it does, like, okay. Wait a minute. She's in love with Prince Remus? And she's in love with me? Oh boy. Oh boy, this is just ripe for some kind of a terrible love triangle tragedy. Hello, Peter Hansen. Welcome. Have you played Old World before? Hunting pack with wolves, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm going to be picking a ambition. I think 10 population seems within my grasp. we're going to try that. Ambitions, if you complete them, give you 10 legitimacy. And under the default rules, if you complete 10 ambitions, you win the game. Which seems like it should be trivial and easy, but oof, it's not. It's a good game, Peter. Let me know if you have any questions while we're playing through. I'll try to, talk through what I'm doing here. One of the main things that differentiates this game from other games is that you only have a limited number of orders each turn that slowly increase over the course of the game as you get access to other things that give you orders. But it still is limiting insofar as everything you do costs orders. Do you want to improve your economy? Well, that's going to cost orders. Do you want to go to war and move a bunch of units around? That's going to cost orders. You can't do both. Do you want to try to influence people to make them like you? Costs orders. Do you want to appoint people to your council? That costs orders. So you constantly have to weigh and balance this turn. What do I need to do? Can I sacrifice moving some of my military units so that I can give my workers jobs and get my economy boosted as opposed to stagnating? It's pretty good. Hello, Hopper. Let me know, again, if you guys have questions. One of the things I do like about it is anytime you have a question about anything in this game, you can hover over something, hold shift, and then it will lock the tooltip, and then you can hover over those. And then if you click on it, you can hover over more things, at least when it normally works. Right now, for some reason, it doesn't seem to be working for me. So if we hover over, like, horses, then we can hover over these. Like, it should be nesting infinitely, but a bug has recently cropped up in my particular game. I don't know why it's doing that, but you can at least do it twice. Anyway. So we do have one idle worker. We built a camp here. Now, one of the only ways to really boost your borders, there's a couple different ways, but one of the main ways you could do it is by training a specialist. And right now I've already spent all my specialists, so I've got 0 citizens, and I'm not gaining any because we're using growth. Okay. So the way the economy works in this game is also very interesting. Each city produces 3 things: growth, training, and civics. And depending upon what you're choosing to produce in that city, your city will produce none of that thing. So right now, all of my growth is going to producing settlers. That means no growth is going to produce citizens. However, if I was choosing to build a warrior, then I would be spending my training, and my growth would be spent on citizens instead. So growth is either spent to build these guys or to build up citizens that can be assigned specialist jobs in the city. Training is either spent on building military units in the city, or it goes to the national stockpile, which you can then use to promote military units and get more orders over the course of the game, generally speaking. And then civics is used to either build specialists, build projects within the city, like this one will help lower your discontent. That's the main thing that does. Or civics is going to your main central bank, right? And so you can see here that Rome and my other new city, Cibale, are producing little bits of civics. And I'm also getting a little bit from my leader because he has 3 charisma. I get +8 civics per turn. However, my brother has negative charisma, so we lose some civics per turn. So each city, you can kind of specialize and say, this city, I'm going to try to have it be very good at building civics. And so I can, also add some growth in there as best I can so that my city will grow real fast and I'll build lots of specialists with it. So another city, you might try to build as much training as possible to make it a place that pumps out military units for you. And then there's also a thing like, okay, I'm at war. I want every single city to be building military units for the cause. That's kind of what you would do if you were playing Civ and you were in a war and you weren't in like a dominating position. But if you do that, then none of your training is accumulating up here in your national stockpile. So when you want to force march a unit, or when you need a couple more orders in the turn, you won't have any in the bank because you're not stockpiling any from your other city. So having most of your cities building military units and a few cities building workers or projects or something that other than military units can help give you a nice balance doing that. So anyway, it's very cool. So back to this worker has nothing to do. What are we going to do with this worker? We can build mines, right? I wouldn't mind building a mine, so to speak. We've got a nice triangle of hills here, and I think that's where we're going to start building a mine. So it costs us 2 orders to move over here. And then we're going to build a mine, and you can see mines are given bonuses for being built on hills, specifically. They also get 10% bonus per adjacent mine, 20% per adjacent Shrine of Vulcan, and 100% per adjacent mill class improvement. Mills don't come until much later in the game. But what that means is... Here we go. Hold on. I got to change batteries in my headphone. They just ran out. There we go. So what that means is each of these things has something you're trying to place it. Some places that are better than others. So because this is a triangle of hills, I can build a mine here, a mine here, and a mine here, and all of them are going to get that plus 10% per adjacent mine. So they're each going to get plus 20%, and they're going to get plus 60% from being on a hill. So they're all going to get benefit pretty significantly. So we're going to build a mine right here, and that nice triangle of mines is going to significantly improve my iron output. It'll probably hold me over for a little bit. All right. And then the resources up top are also kind of interesting. Food, iron, and the stone kind of work the way that you'd expect, but you can't really build a building that produces lumber early in the game. You've got to unlock it later. It is here forestry. So until then, you can just cut down trees. Cutting down trees is very order intensive. You got to move the unit, then you got to spend the order to cut down the tree. Whereas once you have a lumber mill, it just produces lumber infinitely. But food is going to produce things like workers and settlers, but it's also needed for anything that's got like horse units. Any cavalry of any type, chariots, usually are going to require food plus something else. Iron is usually for your melee infantry type units. The stone slingers use in order to be built and upkeep. And then later when they're replaced with archers, then wood is the king resource for them. All right, so we've got 8 resources left. We're going to continue our exploration of this area. And again, scouts in forests are invisible. So I got to keep that in mind. There's also the combat system in this is very good too. There's a concept of zones of control, which is a constant sort of, and this is what, X? X shows you zones of control. And all infantry units tend to have a zone of control, but mounted units get to ignore zones of control for everything except anti-cavalry units like spearmen. So you want to have, if you have sort of a line of units that are advancing on a position, you want to have spearmen on the flanks so that the horsemen can't just slide around and get to your vulnerable units in the back that you've tried to retreat to heal or something like that. But scouts also have an ability that lets them ignore zones of control, as I recall. Yeah, ignore zones of control. That's just their special thing. So that's why this guy can kind of sort of slide around here and do some revealing for me. Harvest the sheep. And see, we're out. The other thing is that units have a certain number of moves that they can make. Scouts have, for example, where's this hidden? There it is. 3 movement, so they can move 3 times. Romans, however, get +1. And I'm not sure why this guy has 5 then. That's really weird. 0 of 5. There's his +1 fatigue from being Roman. I don't know why he has 5. Anyway, most units have 2. This guy's got 2, and he's got +2. I'm still struggling to figure out why he's got an extra one on top of the normal one you get for being Roman. Oh well. I'm sure I'll remember it eventually and feel myself to be quite silly. Ooh. I want that, but I don't want to leave this, so I'm going to stay here. Anyway, so that's the number of moves they make. You can push them beyond that by causing a forced march. Oh, my scout got attacked. Kind of expected that to happen because he wasn't hidden anymore. Ah, we finally have an heir. Prince Sextus is born. Speaking of which, I like to name my cities, and I think this one is going to be Nepal. I name things so that I can remember them, and there's a ginormous mountain range here. So that will remind me that it's the city near the ginormous mountain range. All right, so the scout is going to go over here and harvest, which gives me 40-some-odd food. And then we're going to go ahead and hide in the trees here for a minute and figure out what we want to do with the rest of these orders. I think we kind of want this guy to explore a little bit more over here. Oh, and this is the reason, one of the main reasons you want to explore is because if you are the first to discover a particular landmark that's created when the map is randomized, then you get extra legitimacy. So, sure, the Holm Oak Woodlands, why not? And apparently there's a nice silver mine over here, though it's a little far away for me to be able to consider expanding here just yet. Oh, and now we discovered another landmark, but it was after somebody else has already discovered it, so we only get +1 legitimacy instead of +2. But that is a good source of legitimacy. It's a reason to keep exploring even after you've discovered all the areas directly adjacent to you. So what's next? We got the heir was born. We had a resource shortfall. Crap. So now we're going to need some... quarries real soon, because if you are short a particular resource, in this case Rome has a -2, which we should be able to hover over and see, and Rome has a shortfall because the garrison in the city is costing me 2 upkeep in stone. So each turn the system automatically buys some of that resource for me from my money, because you can trade for these resources. But you'll notice there's a little 3.9 there. That's the, or 4.2 here, for example. That is the current cost of stone. But as more countries buy it, the cost will go up. And as more countries sell it, the cost goes down. So the longer I wait to fix this problem, the more expensive it's going to get. So we do still have this unit that can go ahead and explore. We've encountered the people from the realm of Carthage, our own ancestral enemies. But we have, you know what? Woman's such good looks that you cannot help but admire. I see you're a woman of culture as well. So we can maintain the truce. And she will either become endeared to me, influenced by me, or suspicious of me. So either +80, +40, or -60. Or we can show them our goodwill with a gift, which will guarantee a +40 opinion. And it only costs 19 gold. I think that's better than gambling on a -60 at the moment. Oh, hey, and we can grab this before somebody else does. Our scouts stumble across an ancient, long-abandoned structure that appears to have once been a village surrounded by a mine, or surrounding a mine. Upon investigation, your wise men inform you that the substance mined here was kaolinite, and the vein has not yet been exhausted. It would take an investment to get the mine back to operational, but the result would be your craftsmen could make the most extraordinary pottery. Oh man, I would love to have this, and I can if I sell some food. Oh! So we sell a little bit of food, and we get exactly the amount that we need. But we're negative money now. That's going to be a problem. Let's go ahead and sell a little more just so we're not in the terrible negatives. Our iron mine is coming online here soon. As soon as this finishes a worker, I'll be able to get income on my stone. But yeah, this sucks. I need to go here and get the free money from the horses by harvesting them. What else can I move? This guy could move somewhere. I don't know where he'd move. I think he's going to move over towards the barbarians. We're going to be fighting them soon enough. We've met Carthage. We're maintaining a truce with them. I really want to take this area, and I want to take this area as soon as I can. You can never have enough quarries, is what it comes down to. If you have too many quarries, it means you're not building enough wonders in the end. So, we still have negative money, because we had to buy 2. Oops. The other great thing about this game, by the way, you can undo things. You can just undo any order. So we harvest these horses to pick up 44 food. I don't know where all our money's going. Oh, the king and our brother are very bad at discipline. We're just spending money everywhere. So, and what's the royals means the other members of the royal family, including, I don't know, Duke Quintus maybe. I don't know. So that's a thing. Let's keep trying to explore. Oh, we are now known as Romulus the Explorer. Now, this is what's called a cognomen. It's a title like Alexander the Great or so-and-so the Builder. And there are different tiers of cognomens determined by how much legitimacy they give you. So this one, as you can see, gives +30 legitimacy. The last cognomen I had was +20 legitimacy, I believe. And so because I reached a cognomen that it was higher level, I got renamed. So instead of being Romulus the Settler, which I think the one that I had before, I now jumped up to Romulus the Explorer, and so now I gain a legitimacy bonus. And you can see what went into achieving this specific title. Now, there are a bunch of them at Tier 3 that give plus 30 legitimacy. If I achieve another one of those, it won't supersede it. I'll only get a new cognomen if I get any of the cognomens that are at 40 or higher. So it's a very interesting system, and it encourages you to kind of do anything you want, right? This one gave me bonus for exploring, but there are others that give you bonus for building a ton of improvements and wonders, others for the most military progress, this, that, and the other thing, right? So the other thing we've got to do this turn is we've got a luxury. We've got porcelain that we can give to somebody. I don't think we need to give it to a family right now. The families like us well enough. But we could give it to one of our cities. Now, this city, I think, actually has quite a bit of discontent because it's not connected to the capital. So we'll go ahead and give them porcelain to lower the amount of discontent by 2. So that will slow the buildup of discontent. In this game, you don't balance happiness, you balance unhappiness. And you just try to keep it low. All right, the Scouts of Rum are fearless. This is an event that popped up because we got the Cognomen Explorer. Exploring ever further under your expert direction, with the latest reports of far-off lands, you have had the many discoveries compiled into a map of the known world. News of this spreads, and you are soon known as the Explorer. Poring over the map and imagining the place is still yet undiscovered, you wonder how you will stand apart from the other nations in the world. Is it time to pursue a new ambition in the name of Rome? So getting 5 developing cities. He's a young man. We can probably do that. That's also interesting. I don't have luxuries yet. And I don't think I have the ability to get one anytime soon. Elephants doesn't give ivory or anything like that, I don't think. This gives citrus. This doesn't give gold. It's just a mine. So I don't have any, like no furs. Furs are the other ones that you can kind of get early on. So I don't think I have any other obvious luxuries, except maybe literature when I settle one of my new cities. I could send 2 luxuries to a tribe to get them to like me and get an alliance with them. That seems possible. I'm going to go with that. That's my new ambition, because I am a diplomat. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab this before somebody else finds it. Sealed within a musty tomb surrounded by strange signs and sigils, your scouts discover an ancient but surprisingly well-preserved scroll. Thinking this unsettling, they bring it to you for judgment. While the writing is in an unknown language, it's oddly simple. It feels as if you could quickly learn it if you devoted some time to the task. I would no longer be diplomat. I could gain scholar instead, which is actually really tempting, except I just committed to doing something else as a diplomat. So I think find someone to decipher the text is the right answer. So we have a new scientist by the name of Manius, and the scholars are kind of an interesting thing. They're courtiers is what they are called. They cost 5 gold per year, and they can serve as generals, governors, or agents regardless of their archetype. Normally, the archetype of a character determines what it can be. For example, a diplomat can serve as a governor or an ambassador. It could not serve as a general. The exception is your leader can serve in any capacity you want, but, for example, if this guy is chosen as a governor, then it has a bonus. Or, and not as an ambassador, though. But anyway, as a general, he wouldn't get any special bonus for being a diplomat general. This guy can help round out my situation, but it can also give me benefits. So he is producing 4 research and 13 gold because of his wisdom and discipline. So his stats help generate the national results resources. So getting that was very good, sending that guy out there. He'll have to go back immediately to help guard that city site. I don't see anybody near it, but just in case. Carthage is now at war with the Vandals, so that's disappointing. It's going to be hard for me to get what I want out of them, so we'll guard that. That was priority number 1. We've got more exploring to do. All right. We're hidden in trees. That's always good. So So far, so good. I would like the alliance with the Scythians so that I can get these gems. Gems are a luxury resource, as I recall. All right, what else can we do as exploration? These guys can come here, get on top of this. More Vandals. If we can get an alliance with the Vandals, we can very peaceably pay them. Oh, no, we can't get that just yet. We can pay them to settle on their cities instead of having to fight them the whole way. Either way, we're only on turn 11. I should probably speed this up a little bit. Sorry for the long-winded explanations. Carthage is now also at peace with the Scythians. And we have a new kid. Oh, God, my brother had lost even more charisma. So now he's costing me 12 civics a turn. Can I assassinate that douche? This is my sister-in-law. She proceeds to recite a raunchy and extremely detailed poem describing how the two of you could make love. It contains several rude puns, an inspired smile, and a very creative use of olive oil. Well, then. I think he should gain some discipline. She will no longer be in love with me, which is probably good. Get out of that love triangle while I can. And he will gain discipline, which gives us bonus gold per turn. Whew. All right. We still don't have husbandry yet, so we're going to go ahead and build another mine. You can see that this one will be plus 8.5 with another 0.5 due to being adjacent. This one gains 0.5, this one gains 0.5, so they're both going to be 9s. And then they'll both be 10s when I build the third one. So alone, any of these tiles would produce 8. All 3 of them together produce 10 each. That's a pretty nice boost. Okay, what else do we want to do? These guys could move here and harvest the marble. There we go. Useful. Go here and harvest the horses. Good. This, I want to definitely go here. Newly discovered ruins have spooked our scouts, and they requested to visit the site at once. The court accompanies you to the weathered temple, where a series of ancient etchings seem to depict you. Court scholars attempt to downplay the similarities as a coincidence, but the resemblance is uncanny. It's a sign that I have been chosen, where I'll gain Righteous, Divine, or Superstitious, which, you know, might be... I mean, Righteous is definitely good. Divine is probably good. Superstitious is bad, I think. Yeah, it's a weakness. Divine is a trait that's just kind of good or bad, and then Righteous is good. Perhaps it is a distant ancestor. Could be blessed, inspiring, or cursed. Oh. And then it's a coincidence, nothing more. Just gives me some XP to level up, which would get me a little bit closer. He's not... He should be leveled up already. I keep forgetting to make him into something. He should be a general or something. Or a governor. +2 legitimacy. Claim divine right to rule, but then he becomes deceitful. I think Righteous is probably... I can't fucking... There it is. That's weird. Yeah, as governor, -2 is pretty good. We're going to go with... It's a sign that I've been chosen. We'll see what happens next turn. Meanwhile, this worker is still slowly coming out. I need to build a garrison over here in order to make them a governor. We're going to go ahead and start our conquest of this barbarian, because they are only 3 strength, and I am 4 strength. 4.2, actually. I don't know. Oh, we're 0.2 because our family is very happy with us, I believe. Oh, and we're plus 25% versus tribal units. I think that's the other thing. That'll help us. All right. We've got another idle dude here. All right, out of orders. Next turn. Hello, random Ziva. Welcome. Have you played Old World before? Let me know if you have any questions. It's a very interesting game. Though others may call it superstitious. Oh, I got a weakness. Okay. -2. Oh, boy. I rolled the dice, and that's just what happened. But, meanwhile, Duke Remus has proven his good sense, and he gained wisdom, so that kind of evens out a little bit. God! My science rate is so bad! It's so bad. Remus gained some wisdom, but he's still -4 for some reason. Oh, it's because he hates me, isn't it? I think it's because he hates me. Hold on. Yeah, it's because he frickin' hates me. So his heals are -200. He's plotting against me, and he's vengeful. I don't even know how to start to fix that. So, yeah. He needs to die. That's what needs to happen. Ugh. Alright, so what's going on here? Markets of Roma are ablaze with a new trend. Traders from a far-off land called Persia have started selling amulets and clothing bearing the Zoroastrian symbols of the sacred fire. I don't think I want Zoroastrianism in the cities here. And I'd like the bonus legitimacy, so we'll take that. We finally got a worker, and this is going to get us our quarry that we've been looking for, because we're low on quarries this whole time. Alright, for scouts, continue to explore mightily. And we'll harvest this cattle for a very small amount of food. Meanwhile, we'll explore a little bit more here, and then come all the way up here. Can't harvest that sheep. This guy can't go anywhere either. Oh, you know what? I'm going to undo that last movement because I do want my warrior to attack and murder this guy. He gets a lot of XP for that. But he might need to come back and heal before he goes after the barbarians in the city there. They get plus 20% from defending. So he's going to come here and then spend an order to heal. Meanwhile, we're ready to go after our next city site with the settler there. And we're out of orders already. Sending units to march long distance really makes you run out of orders very quickly. I gotta do something about this. We're at -6 from our terrible, superstitious family. 200 stone is nice. Having access to the Odeon theater and amphitheater can be valuable. But honestly, it's going to take 15 years. I don't have time to get free stone. I have to start researching stuff. Now, we go here or here. This gets us access to those sheep down there. That's probably a slightly better proposition. And what's more, I think this is going to be connected. And we can find that out by looking at that one. Yes, this is all connected. These are the rivers. So this city will be connected when it's founded here. Now the question is, what type of city to found? If I choose a Valerian city to found, then the Julians will never found a family seat. If I choose the Julians, then the Valerians will never found a family seat. Because you have 4 different types of families that you can choose for each individual country type. This is what you're looking at here are the families for the Romans specifically. But you can only ever found 3 of them in any game. So this one's going to get me civics, it's going to get me luxuries, it's going to get me culture per specialist. This one gets me an order, and it gives me civics per family opinion level. But I think what we need is this luxury. Because I have that ambition to send 2 luxuries to tribes, and this might be the only way I can get one in a short amount of time. And this also gave us a free minister. So the court minister Tiberius is thankfully giving us some extra civics. Now, why is this guy's 6 wisdom giving us 4, and his 4 wisdom's only giving us 1.6? It's an interesting question. Anyway, I think it might be that scientists give more from their particular thing, and ministers are all about civics, so their charisma goes further. That'd be my guess. Anyway, what other events have popped up? My wife wishes to indulge her creative tendencies and decorate the palace with works of art. She can become inspiring, which gives us extra culture in... as a governor. I think it just has to be too expensive. Sorry, Aurelia. That's just the way that it is. They offer resources as a sign of political friendship. Oh. think I want wood, so I don't have to chop as much. Okay, this army is ready to advance again. But another one has popped up to defend it, those bastards. So, what is this new city going to build? Well, the first thing it should build is a worker. And I think the next thing it should build is a warrior to help us with this whole fighting thing. Now, that does give us a +1. Where's that coming from anyway? Okay, so every city gives you a +1. So at least there's that. And we need to name this guy, this city, something valuable. Valley Hill. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what we're going to call it. It's right near the small valley, and it's on a hill, so it's Valley Hill. Or it's next to a hill. Yeah, it's next to a hill. But it is what it is. Hello, the big-time Timmy Jim. The early game meta is to grab every city site possible at the expense of everything else. Yes. Certainly you should grab the 1 or 2 city sites that are close to you and undefended, right? The thing to consider, though, is the more cities you have, the more discontent you have to deal with. Specifically with regards to how it affects your families. So Rome is currently at discontent level 1. So the Fabians are -20 for Rome. But if I had 3 Fabian cities and all of them were at level 2, then keeping the Fabians happy would be much harder. Right now it's only -20 from their discontent. That gets much harder if you have a lot of cities by a single family that are all unhappy. And it's really hard to reduce discontent until you get both a chancellor and the citizenship or coinage technology, I think. Yes, this coinage lets you pacify cities. So, to me, if you focus on expansion completely and ignore anything else, you're going to have a bunch of cities that are going to have to spend a heck of a lot of their time building festivals just to reduce their discontent. And that means your city's doing nothing else. A festival is kind of something you don't want to have to do, but sometimes you do in order to lower your discontent. So that's something to consider. And you're going to run up against situations where you can't expand because there's something in your way. So you're going to have to declare war or whatever, right? The early expansion is into free areas like Nepal and Valley Hill, but then you're going to come across areas, and the only areas nearby have either barbarians or tribes. Barbarians are easier, so you take out the barbarians first, usually. I do want to go after the Numidians. That's still on my list. It'll happen soon. But it gets harder and harder to expand because there's more and more things in your way until the only thing standing in your way are the big enemies. So yes to expansion as a very important piece of the puzzle. I don't think it's you want to do it to the exclusion of everything else, because you do want to stop and build workers, right? If I could just be expanding faster, if instead of building a worker in each new city, I just went straight for military units and settlers. That's it. Military units, settlers, I could expand even faster and faster. But my economy is going to keep crashing, but because I have to support those military units. So I have to build things that are going to help me, like hamlets and quarries. So I have to slow down a little bit and build workers to allow me to keep up with what's going on here. Luckily, I am now going to be able to get these sheep. That'll give me some growth and food, but that's really not what I need. I need to figure out where I'm going to put these hamlets. So that's going to happen very soon. Okay, anyway, out of order, so we're going to end soon and here. And I'm going to have a decent income on iron as soon as this iron finishes up here. Assyria, man, they're building freaking wonders already. So what I'd like to do is go build another iron mine. I don't know why it suggests this one when this one is clearly better. What I would like to do instead is build a hamlet. And I think I want to build it on this hill. That seems like not a terrible plan, because then I could build an Odeon here, a hamlet here, or maybe this is where I want to build it. If you build an Odeon there, Ah, screw it. Let's just go ahead and build a hamlet here. Oh, it's going to cost me 201. I don't even have the money for it. I need it, though. That's what gets me more money. Hamlets get me money. So let's see. Can we sell something of value? Let's sell a little bit of this wood. Ugh. And then I can build a hamlet if I pay 201. That's a lot of dollars. That's a lot of dollars. But hamlets are like the villages of Civ 4, where they start by building plus 10 gold, then they're plus 20, then they're plus 40 over time. So setting them in motion is valuable. This worker also can help me by... Ooh, what is this going to get me? Only orders. So trappers get me orders over there. I think I still want more quarries. Oh, but I don't have iron for them. Okay, so instead I guess we go and build a farm here. Oh! I get plus 20 from landowners. So there is one crop resource next to the Cloudians here because they get plus 20 money per crop resource. So that's going to help us a little bit. And then once we get finished with that, we can come build another quarry. We're at least positive in quarry now, in stone. Yeah, our economy is in shambles at the moment. Families do gain some approval for founding new cities, but it's temporary, as I recall. And Jim says, it seems like if I found a lot of cities quickly and then immediately pivot to the economy, I can build up resources quickly enough. I think that's certainly a legitimate strategy. I like building one worker per city the instant after I build the city, unless I have a very pressing need to build something else. And I like to name my workers, too, after the city that they are supposed to be improving. Because that way, if I decide to have them go build a road somewhere, I know where they should go back to so that every city is getting some improvement all the time. And this one was Nepal. And then I also try to build one extra worker per city type, per family, and call it based on the family. So I would build one more worker here and call it the Fabian worker, and I send it to whichever Fabian city needs work, because if you have the correct worker... a worker whose family matches the family that you're building in, then they produce things one turn sooner. They have a one-turn discount. So the Fabian worker here will produce this in 5 years. If it was another worker, it would take 6 years. If it was a Claudian or a Julian or what have you. All right, so now we're going to move on to fighting these barbarians over here. Oh, no. We're going to back up off of that. We're going to go after these guys. Now, these guys are ranged, so they're going to shoot me within range too. So maybe we want to go all the way to the here, all the way to the here. And you can see that the way this system works is you can... Actually, I can't hold this up here, huh? Alt? Nope. Okay, so anyway, you can see my base attack is 4. Because I have the family that this unit belongs to is pleased with me. This gets an extra 5. Steadfast is a trait that gives me a bonus against tribal and barbarian units. And then that means my total attack is 5.2 versus their 3. And that is the differentiator, right? It's the difference between my attack and their defense that determines how much damage I do. And what's interesting, and what some people trip up on, is that they don't counterattack at full strength. It doesn't matter whether I'm strong or weak. If my melee unit attacks their melee unit, they always do 1 HP damage back to me. There are exceptions. If you have a particular type of general leading a unit, it will counterattack at full strength every time. If you fortify your unit and it sits there for 5 turns, then the next time it's attacked, it counterattacks at full strength. And what this does is it creates an impetus to have the initiative. You want to be the one moving and attacking, because if you just sit there and let them attack you, you'll be beaten down. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do the 11 damage here. And then we've got another military unit that's technically free. I wonder if I bring it up here to give me a hand. It's a lot of orders to move it all the way up there. I think it's going to stay here, and maybe it'll help me against the Numidians rather than drag it all the way up there. That's too many orders to waste. We're going to continue exploring, hoping to find some more legitimacy boosting things, or at least some money like that. There we go. Out of orders. On a hilltop, dressed in patchwork rags and stockings, stands a curious figure calling himself Pie Face. This self-proclaimed fool, buffoon, and bungler hails from the distant nation of Assyria, which he recently departed in search of work abroad. Our scouts seem unsure about this unusual character, that they find his escapades delightful. Bring him to the palace for our amusement, gives us some free orders, and we make him into a court minister. Except as a minister, he'd be trashing my income, even if he's helping with my other things. I have no interest in the follies of a fool. Gives me direct experience. His skills are best put to work in the fields to gain a free worker, but the Assyrians don't like it when I steal their one guy and say it's your job to do all this. Or, because I'm charming, he will be my private tutor, which makes him a court minister and gives me 1 extra charisma. And you can see anytime you've got like that green text at the bottom requires X, it usually means it's the best option, and it's only available because you have a particular trait. Yeah, I think he's going to be a private tutor in the art of jest. Sure. What's he actually resulting in? Minus 36 money! God damn it, Pieface! That's too much! Look at my money situation now! It was a mistake. It was a huge mistake. We're going to live with it. This is going to be an awful game that is going to end fairly quickly because I've got a brother that hates me and is actually tanking my research capabilities. All right. Anyway, let's kill this unit. There we go. Good times. And then I've got to do something with these luxuries. If I send them to the Scythians, maybe they're currently cautious. If I send them to the Scythians, let's see. They're going to like us a little more. Yes. So now I can potentially ask for a... I'm looking for Spoked Wheel to come up, but it's 200. It would take so many turns to get that. I need more science. More science! Scouts! Find me some science! Oh boy, there's a bunch of barbarians on the other side of that mountain range. Okay, there's some money if we harvest the lavender. Oh, culture, actually. Good deal. What are these guys going to find if they go off into this misty... Ah, there's some marble. Excellent. Alright. I need specialists, is what I need. Specialists will increase my my science output little by little. But honestly, a single specialist is going to increase my science by 10%, which is quite a lot. Duke Quintus is showing signs of taking after his mother. Quintus is my son-in-law, right? My nephew, sorry. Duchess Sepulchia is worried about this. He becomes pious. Okay, he takes after his mother. That seems like a good strength. Numidians approach us asking for a truce. Do we approve the terms? No, let's gain some XP. On more than one occasion, the court fool Pieface has discovered tutoring the royal children. His lessons tossing dung at the heads of noble families, covering the palace walls with offensive scribble, and riding the goats through the streets of Roma. Despite his pleasant demeanor, the buffoon may need to be punished. He's simply a lovable prankster. So I'd be forcing him out of court. 40 lashes for the fool. And it reduces discontent. Yeah, I think we've got to. He's crashing my economy somehow. So, he's gotta go away. Alright, recently we felt a certain restlessness. Oh, we could go for a long ride. Oh, I could gain some wisdom. It's hard to say no. A wise man stays at home. Yay, +1 science. Woo! Alright, these guys... I can probably kill them without dying, unless another one spawns. Does it have... Oh, it's got 3 turns until another one spawns. Another one spawns in 3 turns. I can do 8 each turn. I think we can get them. An emissary from the Gauls is accompanied by several tame beasts. A large boar, a great hound, and a nimble monkey. Explains that all life is sacred to their tribe and must respect the animal rights if we wish to live in harmony with the Gauls. Control 6 pastures. We respect animals as food. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I think that we get bonus legitimacy and a free ambition that we can fairly easily complete, I think. So we're at war with the Gauls, but it's like, whatever. We're not really anywhere near them. Deep in the ore deposits, our scouts unearth a collection of strange and marvelous specimens. Although these impressions resemble fish and birds found in our lakes and forests, they exhibit strange characteristics. Thank God for the plus 70 science. Oh God, I needed it so bad. So we could send Remus to investigate, in which case he would actually still get negative bonuses. I need him to stop hating me. Duke Remus, what can help me help you? I have no money. I can't sway him if I don't have money. And we're going to get a little bit of culture in Nepal, and then we're going to run away. Good job, Scout. You're out of there. So Nepal is slowly gaining culture. The culture level determines a lot of the stuff that the city is able to actually do. And right now there's no culture here in Valley Hill. We'll have to work on that as soon as we can. Nope. So now we need 6 pastures. Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom! Done! There's an ambition, baby! It's happening. And we have an idle leader. He can be sent on a mission to do something. He can abdicate the throne, and then Prince Sextus takes over. I can get a tribal alliance? I really can? Huh. I didn't realize I could do that without an ambassador. Okay, well, I'll definitely do it. And in order to try to seal the deal, I'm going to try to send them another luxury, which will also complete my... Alright, manage luxuries. Let's stop sending porcelain. Oh, I cannot return it for 2 more years. Okay. So after 2 more years, I can get the porcelain back and send it to them and make them like us even more. Judaism founded in Hittite lands. Prince Sextus is now old enough. Okay, good. So our heir is now old enough to be tutored. A wandering noble and zealot has reached your lands from the far-off nation of Hatti. He's brought before you in chains after scaring people with his prophetic visions, which he claims are to be from the Jewish god. No. I think, hold him as a hostage, get some legitimacy. That seems like the right thing to do. Aha, now we have to decide what Duke Quintus is going to study. We could use more generals. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and try to finish the things that get me stuff. Specifically the pastures. And Nepal can now build anything. I think it's going to be this stone cutter. Because that gets me more civics for the ability to build future stuff. What is this going to take me? 3 years. That's easy. That's simple. The cost is lower because of the landowner city. That's right. And then this would get me growth and food. Now, I'm getting a miner here that's slowly being built, and that's also going to get me some more money, which I do need. I don't know how I'm covering that. And I do want them to be tutored, but I think I have to pay. Yeah, I do. Crap. If you tutor them, especially the heir, you can increase their stats, but you need money for that. Dang it. I don't have any money. We sold 13 to cover our debts. Crap. Let's try and sell some food. There we go. Well, now we have very little food, but it'll do for now. Rome is up 1 discontent level. There we go. Kill him. Duke Remus decries our recent sacking of barbarian settlements as dangerous and unnecessary. He accuses the court of willfully sowing the seeds of unending war by acting in a way that only serves to raise future threats against us. So, I could become warlike, which gives me a bonus when I am a governor, and also as a leader. Or we must erase their barbaric cultures. I become intolerant, which is just straight up a weakness, but I get legitimacy in exchange for it. Or I can become gracious. It removes vengeful against and plotting against. Perhaps there are more peaceful nets. I can finally make him appreciate me from me. But Consort Sepulcha will not like me, Consort Aurelia will not like me, and Tiberius will not like me because they're all greedy, and if I become gracious, they won't like me. Neither will King Ganmith, but I think this is the way. We got to reconcile with the brother. Look at that! Massive boost to my science! I feel so much better now. The Duke Remus is helping rather than hurting. Thank you, Duke! Thank you so much! I feel so much better now. Alright. Next, we need to figure out which city is going to be able to build me a settler. The problem is I sold all my food, so I can't build a settler. Arg. Okay. We did destroy a hovel, and it got me something. Let's see. I don't like that these guys are riding up near my border, but they're peaceful, so I think we're fine. I'm going to start sending this guy this way, because I've got the orders to do it now. I'm going to start sending this guy this way. And what do we got left for these guys? Ooh. Let's go here, harvest the ore, and then keep running away from the barbarians. Oh, you can keep going, huh? No, I've got no orders. Okay, there we go. So this turn should be the turn I can pull back the luxury and give it to a tribe. Oh, they caught up to me. Persia has converted Zoroastrianism and doesn't like me. Oh, I have to pay to secure this alliance. Can I pay to secure this alliance? It's 520. I have to sell everything to secure this alliance. That really feels bad, man. That feels real bad, but I'm doing it, I guess. Oh, boy. Okay, we've got a tribal alliance. So, we can now found cities in their settlements, but we have to pay them money to do it. We don't have to fight them. Allied tribes will be able to attack other tribes that I'm at war with. Oh, and we'll share my war status against other nations. You can have an alliance with only one tribe at a time. Only diplomat leaders can initiate tribal alliances. Excellent. Now, we want divination. I think we're going to go for the Roman... Boy, we need everything. We need so much of everything. Luckily, we're getting a pasture. Oh, that's not going to improve my food situation at all. All right. I feel so on, like, the very edge here. You might have mentioned it, but I missed it. Can you hire out barbarians as mercenaries? Yes, that is the special power of the Carthaginians, if I recall correctly. So they are the special ones that can do it. There might also be a leader archetype that can do it. Yeah, in fact, I think a hero might be able to. As leader... No, that's not it. What are the other archetypes? If it's not hero, maybe it was a zealot? As leader, can hurry production, no. As leader bonuses, Damn, I swear there was somebody that could do what you're asking. I know Carthage has a special thing that they can do it with barbarians. They can hire them out as mercenaries. Seeking to improve relations, Cyrus, king of the Persians, arrives to address the court. During introductions, he insists that members of our court kneel to kiss his feet. You see the AI playing as Rome do it a lot. Then it must be... Maybe it's Schemer. You know what? I bet it's Schemer. Let me look it up. Nope, wrong thing. No, that's not it either. I know that a zealot... A zealot does have a different thing. As a general, every time a zealot general kills an enemy, they have a 10% chance to instead enlist them and join your faction, right? So maybe that's what the Roman one is doing when you're playing. That's my best guess. Is it diplomat? Can they do something? No, they just get a big bonus to foreign and tribal leader opinions. Alright, so I need to... Let's see, where... So Persians are way down there south of the mountain range. Ooh, what are those? Dyes. I want to settle over there. All of these Scythian areas are now places I can go settle. I just need to have enough money to do it. So I need to build up my economy monetarily. I still want to take this from the Numidians also. And this seems like it would be a nice one to have, but it's not as important as the others, in my opinion, at the moment. Because these settlements could get attacked by Carthaginians or whatever, and then I would lose the ability to get them, quote-unquote, for free. Anyway, I don't really care how Persia feels to me right now, but because I'm terrifying... I say, all bow to me! And then Persia becomes suspicious, but I get some XP. I could instead get legitimacy. But then I become proud. I'm going to take because... And terrifying, by the way, is either a hero, or cruel, or bloodthirsty, or fierce, or ruthless, or insane. I don't remember which one of those covers me. Ruthless. I guess I'm ruthless at some point. So, Prince Sextus... is now my heir. I have to decide what he's going to do. I think I want him to be a builder or it might be orator. Let's see if we can... Oh, come on. Ah, okay. I'm going to have him study commerce, period. Yes, there you go. An orator leader can recruit tribal mercenaries with legitimacy. That's the one I was looking for. Alright, and now this guy needs to come back and heal up. And my other explorer needs to continue his explorations. And look for more things to get me... Ooh, more of those. We're approached by weary raiders who have been roaming the forest aimlessly. They wish to fight for a worthy cause. Labor is a worthy cause. Come be citizens in my city. Okay. Or we could use help against the Median to gain a warrior. Or promise them a job, then use them in the riskiest areas while your own troops are safe. I think the worthy cause thing is great because I need citizens. That's much better. I was at 5 of 10, now I've got 7 of 10. So my population growth is going well here. Unfortunately, Valley Hill's not growing because I'm building a worker there, but Roma is growing, and it's going to grow another citizen in 3 years. This is growing. That's going to throw another citizen in 3 years. So I'll only need 1 citizen after that in order to get my 10 population. Also, I should be able to pull back this porcelain and send it to somebody else. Let's try sending it to the Numidians, or the Vandals here. And I've completed the ambition. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. And now the Vandals like me a little bit more. I can't get a tribal alliance with them, but it would be nice to get tribal peace with them. So I'm going to try to do that when I get an ambassador. Right now, they're pleased, though. They're cautious. So I would be pleased with me if they weren't greedy. Alright, what else is happening here? Ambition send 2 luxuries, that's done. We're going to pull those luxuries back and use them in our cities soon enough. We've discovered drama, which is also valuable. Alright, this guy has to stay here. I'm just going to put him on that. These guys are still moving towards the ultimate goal. Now, this has too many citizens. I need to find something for them to do. Or, no, I need to build hamlets to help them. There's a penalty here of discontent because we don't have enough urban tiles for the number of citizens. Now, one option is I could take these citizens and turn them into specialists. That will reduce the number of citizens, but then I won't have as much population because I don't think this includes specialists, as I recall. Which might mean that maybe it does include specialists. We're going to find out because this miner is going to be produced pretty soon. If it makes my population go down, then that's going to be disappointing. Okay. Ooh, I'm rather ill now, huh? My heir has died! Remus! I knew it was you. I frickin' knew it. He's always a schemer. Remus seeks the throne, but will only find his grave. I thought we had rectified, but apparently I was wrong. So... Gulp. What are we going to do with this guy? We need more pastures. We know about that, which will give me food. Oh, I don't have the trees. I have to spend money. Urgh. So this is going to grow into a village in 20 years. For now, it's currently plus 20. And a village will be plus 40? Plus 30. So it's 20, 30, 40. Oh, it has to be on the trade network. Okay, it doubles. That's right. So it is plus 10, but it's on the trade network, so it's doubled. I could also use some roads at the moment to connect things. Did I get that? No, I need a labor force eventually. But I still need aristocracy. I'm still trying to get that ambassador. So we finally have this guy here, and I think it's going to build a hamlet, which I can't because I don't have enough money. Dang it. Do I have enough money now? No. Then I guess if you don't have enough money... Go try to complete the ambition and get food, I guess. Oh, I don't have enough wood. Okay, you're going to go chop some wood then. We now know what you're going to do. Your job is go chop some frickin' wood. Cut the trees down. Cut more trees down. Cut more trees down. Okay. Now we have some wood to build off of. What are we doing up here? We're exploring. Oh, we found yellow... What's yellow? Assyria, that's right. Holy moly. Look at how many of these Scythians there are that I could potentially have helping me. Me! Let's go kill Carthage, I guess. What does Carthage have? Carthage has 4 cities. I'm sitting here lowest in the totem pole, which is usually how you start. The Great Ziggurat has been completed. And now my next son is the new one in line. Let's see. Word of our knowledge of husbandry has traveled afar. An emissary representing Queen Dido the Enlightened of Carthage arrives, humbly requesting that we share with Carthage what we know. Let's see. I send her husbandry. She owes me a favor. That makes them like us more. And in the future, they might repay that favor at some point. I think that's what we're going to do. Huh. The son is taking after the mother. Hopefully he becomes righteous instead of intolerant. Oh, he becomes cruel. Ugh. The message from Pie-Face the Foolish is pitiable. He begs your forgiveness and asks to be allowed to return home. Does he still have, like, incredibly shitty discipline? No, I think I cannot yield. I'm just going to gain some legitimacy by keeping him out of there. I think he's going to study commerce. We're going to need that money to help grow these things. Now, Nepal, you know what Nepal needs? Nepal needs a garrison. And that requires an active law. Okay. So that's not happening, I guess. Let's go over here. This camp gets us extra orders. And the city has finished with the stone cutter. A farmer will help with some growth. Now... And, okay, so having the specialist stone cutter did not reduce my population. That's good. So yeah, I think I want the farmer to give me more growth and more food. And more science. Can't say no to that. Walls aren't needed because we have an alliance with the Scythians, and so far the Carthaginians really like us. We're going to try to keep it that way. Okay. And we've got this guy, which was cutting stuff last time. He's going to go ahead and build a pasture, which is food and growth. And slightly closer to us controlling 6 pastures to get another ambition. This might be the most ambitions I've completed before turn 50. Like, completing 3 ambitions with your first leader is really good. I think. He's going to wait a turn there, and this guy's going to go ahead and explore. Alright, and he's out of orders. So let's send these guys down here. And we're building a warrior. Once we get the warrior and both slingers, we're going to take on the Numidians down here. And once that's clear, we need to build settlers in every city. But settlers will reduce our growth. We're trying to get this population first and foremost, I think. On seat founded is +2 citizens. Although, actually, if you use a settler to settle a family of the appropriate type, then you get a free citizen at the end of it. So there's that. What would we like to settle here? It's got some considerable amount of trees. This should be a Valerian or a Claudian settlement. So we're going to go ahead and get a settler building here once the farmer is done. Our economy still feels really weak right now. But we finally have another worker trying to help it grow. Get him, Scythians. We believe in you. Uh-oh. Oh, you sons of bitches. Oh, I fully recovered. Excellent. Well, I think I'm going to send myself on a... Let's see. Numidians approach us asking for a truce. Do we approve the terms? No! And he finally leveled up. I've done a huge mistake by not having him be a governor. I was going to have him lead as a general, and then he switched diplomat, and I just completely flipped. So we could get some money. I think I'm going to take the free wisdom upgrade for him. But, like, I could make him governor here, which would give us more growth, more civics, more everything, and plus he'd be gaining, you know... Yeah, we're going to do that right now. I'm just not going to... I kept thinking I was going to wait and make him a governor somewhere else, but it's just not worth it. I'll spend the stupid things. So what do we have here? These are nomad skirmishers. They have 3 strength, 3 movement, and 2 range. So, we could do 8 damage to them with each of these. And what can this do? 7. 7, 7, and 8 is going to kill him. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, militia never gain experience. They can't level up the way your other units can. So you never want to use your militia to finish off an enemy. Because finishing an enemy gives you a... bonus 10 XP. So I got plus 10 XP for attacking, and now these guys are going to get 20 XP total. 10 for attacking and 10 for killing them. So you want to make sure your militia never get the kill shot, because it's just a waste of XP. Alright. Unfortunately, the worker is going to take a longer time to build things as long as he's damaged, so we have to heal him soon. Now, where do we send this guy? I think he's going to hang out there for now, and then we'll end the year. I want to send him to explore south of these mountains, but I think we're going to find more barbarians there. Luckily, I have a warrior coming out here in 2 years. I should probably try to assign generals. I bet I've got some units that could be general. Hello, Tingle. Welcome. Ooh, I do need a settler. That's perfect. Even though I really would like to have a chancellor, settler is exactly what I need. Free settler. Woo! And you know we're all about that pasture ambition. Control 6 pastures. That's all we're all about that. And while we still have some orders, I'm going to see if I can sneak this guy past and find out what's going on over here. Hey, it was worth it. Look. They send back word from the ruins of a beautiful palace ravaged by time. Beneath the throne is a stone inscribed in an ancient form of Latin. The regal inscription tells of a lost kingdom and the attempts of the queen to fulfill her ambitions. The families are enraptured by this work of art and hope that you will strive to complete the ambitions that this previous nation could not. Kill 5 Gauls. Control 8 pastures, camps, groves, or nets. I think that is happening, my friend. This is just an incredible streak of luck, because we definitely have the ability to complete that one. We're building a camp here, plus we have the other pastures, and we already have a camp on these guys. So yeah, as soon as we finish the pastures, both of those are going to trigger. That's insane. We're doing incredibly well. So here, again, my melee units take no damage because they're attacking a ranged unit. If it was a melee unit where we were attacking, we'd get a -1 back at us. But as long as we kill it outright... Oh, we don't have the orders to do it. Huh. Alright, this is where I'm going to spend some of my training to get enough orders to kill him. Just so he doesn't get a shot at me. Right now, all my guys are full strength, and I want to keep it that way. Oh, Appius' tutors come before you, contrite and stammering apologies. Before their morning tutorial, Appius and his friends evaded the doddering old men and went down to the city, chancing upon public ludus, where young children were educated in reading, writing, and arithmetic and poetry. Watching for a time, Appius was struck by the poor quality of the instruction. He now believes that standardizing mass education in the city might improve the learning of the lower classes. Oh, I love this one, but do not have the resources. Let's try. Can we sell? Like, I would need so much. Ugh. But it's so good. +1 per year per culture level forever in Rome. Gulp. I just keep wasting my economy to get long-term benefits, and I don't know if it's going to be good for me. I really, really need to be careful about that. So, our population is growing. I think I'm going to build a second worker here that is going to help improve all Cloudian cities. And we're probably going to build some more farms with that guy first and foremost, because I can't build settlers without more food or money or whatever. One of these cities is growing. 7 years for this one, and 8 years for that one. Oh no! They finally did some damage to me. I am now known as the Intrepid. Ooh. It's about contacting tribes, nations, discovering landmarks, exploring ruins, and revealing tiles. Oh no, my mother died. Alright, so they finished that camp. What we really could use is a hamlet. And we're going to take advantage of this little thing here to build one. Oh, but it costs a stone. Ugh, but I still need the hamlet. I mean, it is what it is. These guys are just going to take the time to heal, I think. So that they don't have to suffer the penalty. There we go. We're pretty close to getting this under our control. And what is the capital going to do for us here? A trapper gives us more food, more growth, more science. A rancher gives us the same exact thing, but the trapper expands our borders in that direction down here. So I think this is the right call. And we know we need food. We can't build settlers without more food. Because right now we have -13 food from all the units that are out there. And I thought that, yeah, hamlets also have negative food, but that's calculated into how much food the city produces here. And we have weak culture. Everywhere's weak culture. We really need growing or developing or whatever it is next. Now, we did get a warrior, and the warrior came out with a bunch of free XP because we are strict. So what do we want this warrior to have? Bloodthirsty can be nice. I think the bonus against ranged units is most applicable in the long term. And then we've got a couple of... oh, we found some goats. Free food there. All right, end the year. And we're going to pull back those luxuries pretty soon. The recent encounter with Greece means that we must formalize our relationship with a treaty. Should we make a non-binding pact of neutrality or present a formal declaration of war? Keep the meeting civil. I don't need to boost their opinion of me. I don't have the money. I do like, if you look at this map, the areas close to the mountains here are all lush, so they must be getting like runoff from the mountains or the way that the river. So there's lots of good opportunities for food along this mountain range. It's very nice. Our city kind of expanded that direction by default. What do we have? This guy still has to heal. Because right now the fact that he's damaged is reducing his ability. Like if we wanted to have him go build a mine somewhere. Let's see. What would he build next? He would go over here and build this next, which takes 4 years. But if we have him heal first, then next time I think it'll take 3 years. Alright, these guys also leveled up. Ooh, Eagle Eye is nice. The ranged units lose damage for each hex between them and the target, and Eagle Eye means that they ignore their distance modifier. Which means, normally he would need to be within 2 to damage this guy, but if we put him up on a hill, he can be at 3 and not lose any damage. Excellent. Meanwhile, this guy has to get a little closer. This guy's going to get closer still. And this guy's gonna not quite finish him off. That's too bad. Now I can undo that and probably improve our chances. So this guy can do 3 HP or 4 there. Yep. Okay, he needs to go all the way next to it. Do the 4. He's going to do his 3, and then these guys are going to come in and finish him off. Boom. Scholars at the site of the Numidians' defeat discover shrines, carvings, and statues depicting the worship of fire. Hello, Koanip. Well, Company of Heroes 3 is on the horizon. I don't know if I'll be able to get back in fighting shape for it, but it might be fun to do some streams with it. Tingle, I didn't think about that. Yeah, the son that was skipping out on classes says, hey, these people need better classes. I like it. All right, anyway. The cult's icons are sacred to its followers, so we should proceed with caution. We could install them in a city to show tolerance, which lowers discontent levels, and lowers our opinion, the opinion of the Valerians from monotheism. Or we deface them and smash them to dust. I actually really don't mind getting peace with the Numidians now. I have another way to expand that doesn't require me to fight them. So making them like me a little bit more, and more importantly, losing a free discontent level in Valley Hill, seems good to me. Because then I want to get all 3 of these areas. That's my goal, and that is going to take a lot of work, improving my economy to have the money to buy them. Okay. Next up, this guy's going to go try and see what's going on here from the other side. This is a great spot to have because we can then build a choke point here of forts that prevent an enemy from assaulting us across this point. I'm going to try and do the same thing here. But it looks like there's a city here that I could do that with. I think that's a barbarian city. I might need to go take that next with my sort of fledgling army here. The oracle has been completed. My wife died! No! Alright. Now, we knew we were looking for an ambassador for some reason. And I think bonus research per culture level is a good reason. Now, which of our 2 city locations do we take? Technically, we could also go over here, but we have to pay them, and I don't think I have enough money just yet. So, I think we're going this way. What else is happening? Oh, no, the queen died. She was only 49. So I become in mourning, which gives me plus 20 XP per year, and 20% chance to remove mourning, and 10% chance to becoming ill. Interesting. I thought mourning also gave you a massive charisma boost. I guess they changed it. Because people are like trying to be nice to you when your wife died. As valuable as tutors are, in Roman society it is ultimately the duty of the parents to oversee the children's education. In addition to the basics of education and domestic skills, it's important to teach them moral and civil responsibilities that make a good citizen of Rome. Appius has quickly mastered everything that you have taught him and asks for more. How will you sate this appetite for learning? Give him access to historical texts, he gains wisdom. Encourage him to spend more time training to gain courage, or just give him some free XP. I'm going to give him wisdom. That's good. Now, Duke Quintus has completed his study of tactics. I get to choose whether he is a hero or a commander. So a commander can be a general or an ambassador. A hero can be a general or an agent. So a hero as a general gets to heal in neutral territory, which is nice. A commander as a general gets 20% bonus strength if they're adjacent to a unit of the same type. And the other reason to pick a commander is because we might need an ambassador soon. We're going for aristocracy. So that reminds me, do I want to search for a family or try for foreign marriage? Carthage really likes me. I don't really need to maintain that relationship at the moment. The Scythians like me, but I want to maintain that peace. So I think a marriage with them might be good. None of the families really hate me, so the Scythians is my choice here. Got to take that relationship correct. Okay. So yeah, 3 years. I was right. So being damaged reduces the speed at which your workers work. So now, thinking. And I think this is definitely a good spot for a farm, like it suggests. So we're going to go ahead and do that. 9 food per year. Can't do it. Not enough frickin' wood. Okay, let's go cut some trees down again. There. That's all his orders, cutting down a couple of trees. Well, a couple sections of forest, I guess, is technically the correct answer. All right, we get food and culture, because the patrons give you culture for every specialist. And that would be the Valerians? Is that what these guys are? Yes. And we could use culture here. Right now, culture is not growing at all in the city, and that's bad. We want it to at least grow a little bit. So I think rancher's not bad. And then when they're done, they could build maybe, I don't know, a militia. That seems good. Because we have a warrior that just got finished. Now, I don't anticipate any attacks on this flank. The Numidians and the Vandals might send... Oh, actually, that's not a Vandal anymore. That's a Syrian. Oh, no! What's happened to my Vandal buffer zone? Crap, the Assyrians are right next to me now. I need to prioritize military research, specifically the spoked wheel, because there's a lot of open terrain here, and chariots get a bonus against units in flat terrain. So that's what and I have plenty of horses, right? I've got horses in Rome, and I've got 2 horses here in Nepal. So, yeah, we're going to worry about the Assyrians all of a sudden. In the meantime, let's continue exploring back here, see what there is to see. We found a river that somebody else found, and now we're out of orders. You're out of order. Gulp. Okay, so what's our situation vis-a-vis the Assyrians? They neither like us nor dislike us. After I get this marriage, I'm going to try to ingratiate myself with King Ashurbanipal. The grieving King Romulus the Intrepid is at an end. He is no longer mourning. Okay. A new marriage proposal from the Scythians has arrived. And it's only a single option. She's very wise, but is low on courage and discipline. She's also upset with me for something, but we're going to ring the bells anyway. Oh, she likes me a little more now. Now, why didn't she like me in the first place? We are different. Greedy versus gracious. But we're at peace with her nation, and... we're at peace? I thought we had an alliance. Am I misremembering? No, we do have an alliance. It's just saying we are at least at peace. That makes her happy. Anyway, who did I want to ingratiate myself with? I don't remember. Oh! King Ashurbanipal. But I think that's going to cost me money I don't have. What else is going to cost me money I don't have? I want to tutor this child. And increasing his whatever seems good. This one only costs 200. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I don't have 200. What can I sell that is not that important? Let's sell a little bit. There. So now we'll tutor with this gentleman. Because the heir needs more wisdom or charisma or whatever else comes with it. The royal family of Assyria visits the court. During a feast, Prince Bazaiah of Assyria makes a shocking boast about how much better ruler he will be one day. King Ashurbanipal chides him for his brashness and turns to us for support. So we could choose to make the current king like us more, or the future king like us more, at the expense of the current king not liking us, or, because we are charming, we can get both of them to like us a little bit. That's what we're going to do. My days at Fort Court are filled with hearing a wide range of petitions and deciding on people's fate. Much of the time, the people who come before me and their various pleadings are fairly predictable. I do love it when I get a genuine surprise. And today, a man calling himself Atias the Scythian appears before me with an intriguing proposition. Majesty, I am primarily interested in trade. I am bettering myself and improving the lot of my family by the way of commerce. This stands in stark contrast to the general bent of my people, who would much rather fight and stuff their faces. If I may come straight to the point, I find myself increasingly at odds with my own kind. Constant warfare is not the way forward. If you would agree to grant my tribe a sum of gold to formally release me, I would be happy to sever ties with my people and serve you. So we get a court merchant that we just don't have the money for. I mean, a merchant would give us more money, but we don't have the money up front. I can't afford to keep selling my food. I have to build settlers, and that's just the price that we pay. Uh-oh. The Hatti. The Hittites. I want this city before anybody else gets it, but let's go explore the city I'm already going to try to get. Okay. So now we can see what we're working with. Where do we want to build this city? We build it on rock and roll? Seems like a good idea. Either way, I'm going to want this to be probably a Fabian city. Because this happens to be a Fabian settler. It will help us out. Because we'll get +1 citizen because this is the same family. I want it to be a Fabian city because it seems like it's the most exposed. If the Hittites want to attack us, they're coming through here and they're going to do it here. If somebody on this flank wants to attack us, they're going to deal with this too. And if the Assyrians come for this exposed city, I want some military outpost nearby. So this is going to be a Fabian city. And this is kind of the outlying outlands, is what we're going to call it. And we're going to immediately start building a worker here. We did finish our ambition. Fantastic. We already have 2. We're going to have 4 done before turn 50. That is crazy. No, crazy go nuts university. It's just insane. It's out of this world. All right, let's build more food. And then we need to explore. Oh, we're out of orders. Okay. Not much can be done now. Thankfully, we're finally getting some science. We have no more negative science. Getting rid of our brother really solved that problem. Uh-oh. What was that? Where did that just take place? Oh, it was over here. Okay. Carthage is at truce with the Vandals. Oligarch Mamercus the Younger has died. Quintus is a bitter person. Oh well, he's only second in line for the throne. He's fine. So my heir fidgets during conversations and has difficulty concentrating when not physically active. To what discipline should we apply his energy? Ooh. Right now, what is he studying? He is a commerce student, so he's likely going to be a governor of some kind. A delver would be very good. A naturalist will be great also once we get lumber mills. We don't have it yet, so delver is much more valuable in the near future. Oof. Do we have any? We do. We've gotten Judaism into our midst here. If I adopt Judaism, then the Hittites will probably like me more. Right now, Judaizers don't like me because the Patriarch doesn't like me. I was thinking about going with a Roman paganism as my main religion for this playthrough, but I think this might be useful. Oh, but it's -1 civics per year per city? Nah, that's out. No! I said no! It's not happening. Ooh, we get Odeons now. Okay, good. So I built this, and the plan was to build an Odeon here. Alright, and what's the other one? Having them come back here. I need to see more information about what's going on north of me. Ah, we can finally afford to build a settler, so that's coming up next, and we'll send that north to this site, I think. Oh! What the hell happened here? Why is Rome... Oh, that's my brother, isn't it? That son of a bitch. Roma attacked by rebel warrior. So maybe... I don't know where those guys came from. Maybe they came last turn and I didn't notice it. That's annoying. Foolish me, I'm clicking through things too quickly, I guess. So I think I'm missing one pasture that I should be doing somewhere. I did that one. Reports of a tribal raid from a Numidian outpost near the Outlands. Of course there is. Okay. So our son is doing well at the academy, so to speak. And he's grown. He's 18. He can be an orator, who is a very good governor. And as a leader, religions are happier. And I get to recruit tribal mercenaries. All cities also get +2 orders per year with a friendly family. That's very nice. This one also can be benefiting as a governor. Can add urban tiles. Multiple workers can build improvements. All cities reduced production time for workers. And more importantly, he gets +3 discipline. I'm taking it. So there's supposed to be one more pasture I can build. I feel like I counted them all before, but I must be missing one. Horses, right here. And we just so happen to get a new worker, who we are going to name Cloud. Because he's a Cloudian worker. Alright, so this pasture should nail us both of those ambitions, which is phenomenal. Okay. Definitely want a hamlet. Definitely have to pay for it out of pocket, which sucks. Alright, this guy got a free promotion. He doesn't currently have any promotions, so we could give him a bonus to critical hit chance. That seems useful in pretty much all situations. And then we got to try to come up here and help this poor warrior deal with this uprising in Rome. I don't know where it came from. It's not an unhappy family, is it? Fabians really like me, so I'm not sure where that came from. Must be some event that I missed. They don't have a militia. They should have a militia. I try to keep a militia in every city because they get a bonus of 25% if they're in urban areas, so they're useful for defense. They're cheap to produce. They're cheap for upkeep. And that way, they can kind of help hold off the enemy until real reinforcements arrive. Ooh. Can't quite do that. Okay. We're getting some good experience fighting these barbarians, at least. Many of our units have already got 1 level of veterancy. By the way, if anybody in chat is out there, I know that I had some issues in the past with the audio stuttering a little bit between turns. I tried making some changes. Let me know, is that still happening? Improving his wisdom. Excellent. One of our agents in the Valerius household reports that a prisoner is being held secretly in the family dungeon. The captive and an ambassador from Hatti, who encountered an overzealous Valerian guard on the road, and they subdued him and now holding him as a spy. Because we're honorable, we can gain a bunch of XP and have nothing bad happen. That seems good. The audio is stuttering. It's still stuttering just on turn changes, is that right? I'm not sure how to fix that. The game seems to suck up all the CPU power during the turn. Stories about the strange powers of the scientist. Manius, the scientist, have reached the court. According to rumors, he is seen in several locations at once, can speak to creatures in their natural tongue, and is known to make astounding predictions. If he is seen as a divine figure, what's to keep him from the throne? He stays, but he'll be watched. People will like that. But I become foolish? I don't like that. Such behavior is either madness or treason. He becomes imprisoned. Man! I don't want to become foolish, but like... yeah, I guess we gotta throw him out in jail. 'Tis what it is, so they say. Alright, we finally are now having a solid production of food. I'm going to try to improve my mining output a little bit too. If I have a bunch of extra... stone, you can see, is worth the most right now. I really should be making as many quarries as I can, because any extra that I have I can sell. Alright, so the capital needs some boost of some kind. This would give me a little bit more orders. I wouldn't mind getting more money. Repairing the damage would help. It looks like a warrior could also help me, though. I think I'm going to build a miner. I still want the it gives me extra training, it gives me extra iron, and it gives me extra science. And then after that, we'll go with an extra worker, so that we can have a worker specifically for Fabian areas. There we go. Take that thusly. I strike at thy heart. And I know that there's a Numidian raiding party coming here, so I'm going to leave the extra military unit there to defend it, while the rest try to explore over here. To that end, harvest this free silver, and ooh, I found something nobody else has found. A cursed land! At the center of the cursed land, discovered a deep pit in the ground, which seems to be the source of the moans and the stench. Peering over the edge, they can see fires burning deep below the earth. We could fill the pit with rocks, which gives me legitimacy. Filled in a cursed hole. Like, we found a freaking magma pit, and they're so like, it's hell! It's the pits of hell! Quick, fill it with rocks! Alright, no, we're going to study the pit. We get a court scholar, but a bunch of unhappiness because they think that we're studying hell for some reason. But we get Hortensia the scientist. Unfortunately, That extra unrest is going to be a problem. So before I build the worker, I'm definitely going to be getting a festival to try to reduce that. Unfortunately, it's only a festival 1. We need more festivals. Only minus 20. That's hardly anything. Right now, the discontent level is really curtailing the output of my capital. So we need them all to grow in culture much faster, which means we need, I think, a chancellor? It might be an ambassador, actually. One of those two can potentially give culture to every one of my cities. A little bit of culture, but it's across all the cities. So this one's chilling here. This guy did that. He's going to wrap around until he can find what's on this side. There we go. Hey, we found a thing with some stuff in it. Meanwhile, this guy's coming back over here. Okay. So they're trying to take this city, too. I'm a little worried. What do I have? I have 4 weak cities. Carthage has 4 and 1. Persia has 2 and 3. 2 and 2. 4 and 2. And 6 and 3. Assyria is up to 9 cities. They are going to be the one I have to defend against. I'm not going to go to war with them, but I'm going to have to defend against them. And I'm going to have to do it soon. And that means I got to boost my city. So I want this city as soon as I can, this city as soon as I can, and this city as soon as I can. Those will really lock me in. Which means I need a lot more settlers. Gulp. Right now, I have 2 Fabian cities already, so the next 2 cities need to be Valerian and Claudian. The King of Haiti is dead. Roads could be very valuable. I really would like to have a Chancellor to get extra growth, civics, training, and money, but I think I need roads. And I think I can finally get a single law that will help here. Let's see. Can build farms on marsh. Meanwhile, this is minus unit consumption and no unit consumption, extra consumption on outside borders. I think I want the extra research. It's not a lot, but it'll grow. When Rome gains some culture, it'll get a little bit more. That also means I can finally build a garrison and get other cities to have governors. Just having a single law lets me do that. With the death of King Hattusili, the new ruler visits on a diplomatic mission, planning to reside at Roma for a week with his family. Feast of welcoming them on the first night. His wife won't stop flirting with me. Oh. At the end of the night, you return your chambers to face your spouse, but the reception you receive is rather unexpected. This is perfect. Take her as your lover, and we'll have a chance to get information from the heart of the hottie. Wow, I have a very open wife here that is cares more about the power and the country than her own personal relationships. That's a pretty big sacrifice. Okay, anyway. The king becomes suspicious of me, but his wife becomes a lover. Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? High-Face the Foolish has emerged from hiding and returns. He wants to come back again? Dude's 56. He has nowhere else to go. Fine. Oh, I thought that would make him the courtier again, and I have to keep paying him. I should have let him come back last time. Whoops. Alright, I like the extra growth. This guy doesn't like me, though, so it's not as strong as it could be. Foreign opinion and religion. I don't have any good candidates here. I can make this guy like me more, and that will fix part of the problem there. So I'm going to spend my time... Oh, I can't influence him because I don't have money. Man, in some games, I have plenty of money. This one, I am just struggling. Huh. As infantry, he gets plus 25%. Because of the garrison? No. Because of its urban territory. He's annoyingly, survivable. Oh, there they are. Oh my god, look at all the delicious goods around here. The recent influx of silver brings with it two possibilities. One choice is to offer silver spurs to our most distinguished messengers, encouraging them to ride harder and faster than ever before. The other is to commission a set of plates and goblets to gift to the head of the Power Valerian family to improve their opinion of my rule. They do not like me right now. And I don't need the orders, so let's make them like me. Boom. Roasted. I need more hamlets, and I need more culture in order to get more hamlets. I need money. Do. Jerk. Here they come. I knew they'd be back. Or be here for the first time, actually. Ugh. Those two cities are also so great. Ooh, I'm the strong. Nice big legitimacy boost. And we've got 6 pastures. And we're now the noble. Ooh. From completing ambitions, I guess, got us where we are today. And we completed another ambition. Wow, yes. Even though we're not in a great place economically, we are in a great place from a victory perspective. Stories of the savage Roman nation have reached him in the court of Persia. One cannot lead if one cannot see the light of faith, he advises. We don't want foreign faith spreading in our cities. We have our own faith with blackjack and hookers. Send 6 luxuries to noble families. I have 2 luxuries, my dude. And there's no way I can get 4 strong cities right now either. I'll just gain some free legitimacy. Thanks. Meanwhile, I absolutely need to increase my quarry game here. Alright, so this is finally going to have decent culture production. And food is okay. I think we just need more quarries. Free culture. Yeah, culture. Woo, culture. And then up here for some free iron. And then away! Oh, they're definitely going to die if I don't force march them. There we go. Now they're safe in the forest. They can't be seen. Meanwhile, back over here, I have no orders left. Seriously? Oh, I hate to pay all these for orders that I didn't need to pay for, but it is what it is. The scout got a lot of stuff done while he was working around in there. He gave a lot of free culture to the outlands. Why are they giving so much culture? Judaism? I knew it. Alright, now we're going to try to make this guy like me. Oh, King Ashurbanipal is dead. The son has now become the heir apparent. Uh-oh, I'm ill. The new ruler has asked that a statue of the deceased king be erected in my capital, claiming that he was particularly fond of the city. The Fabius family are outraged, pointing out that it is highly unusual for an Assyrian ruler to have a statue in Rome. Will you push through this request to endear yourself to the new king? Yeah, I mean, I kind of do want that. Set up a meeting between the family leaders and Bayaz's builders. We can... Oh, we're a diplomat. We can make it work. An emissary from Carthage. They want peace. But they want some iron to solidify it. I do still have quite a few... Like, I do want to go fight those Scythians. I got barbarians to fight. I would not mind peace with the Carthaginians. But I would need to spend... Actually, not too much. That's okay. Guards in the capital are on high alert. It seems that Manius the scientist has escaped from prison along with the help of a dedicated group of followers. Oh no! The crazy guy! The one he had to lock up. I could just allow him to flee. Hunt him down is my last breath. Execute a random prisoner as him for appearances. I could be a schemer instead of a diplomat. No, we'll just allow him to flee. We didn't want to lock him up in the first place. The queen has not been idle. Your determined spouse approaches you in your chambers, bringing a scribe laden with various plans for the future of Rome. Laying them out in front of you, she begs you to take a look at her ideas. So, control 5 elder specialists. Form a tribal alliance with a tribe. I already have a tribal alliance with a tribe. I can't do any of these things in the appropriate amount of time. We're going to look for another ambition in the near future. Ah, we can be prosperous. I like that. Or eloquent. Or gain some wisdom. Let's be prosperous. For extra money. Now... Oh, this guy needs to go hide in here. Yeah, you're gonna chill in there, buddy. Actually, you're not only gonna chill, you're gonna heal. This guy can heal. So, I just want to stay in the forest with that guy. Man, we don't have very good vision with this scout here. I wonder if that's because he's hurt. That would be an interesting counter argument, counter reason. Counter doesn't even apply. Alright, year 34. We don't have any active ambitions. We're just waiting for another event to fire us one that we can actually perform. He's 55, so it has to be something that we can do in like 25 or 30 years at most. I didn't like the look of the last ones. Alright, what are we going to do with these guys now? Okay, I can kind of see how I might do a different method. I don't want that there, though, do I? Oh, I could. And then do that last. Okay, yeah, let's do an Odeon here. We need more culture for Rome, and that's one way of getting it. You need to chill, and then we need this guy to go and put the hurt on this stupid horse guy. Oh, damn, there's no way I can go that... Oh, no, this is not across a river. Okay. This poor, stupid worker just wants to heal up. Oh, that was wrong. I can actually get not in range of that. Okay, we'll stop there. See what other use we have. Okay. Very slow progress here recently. Our economy does feel much more under control, though. We have a lot of food income. We don't have to build any food for a while. We do still need quite a bit of iron and stone, which we're working on. We have 2 quarries being built there. When this worker gets completed, we'll build an iron ore mine here, which will be... Oh, boy, here comes more. More military to fight. It's like I just gotta fight the stupid... Oh, we're the Glorious! Holy moly! We've just done so much stuff. And we're surviving. Okay. Border growth. Oh, border growth is great. It's the only time you can get that. And you see, it would grow all of this here so that Nepal has access to those gems. We don't actually need that. It will grab both of these, which we don't actually need, and all of this, which wouldn't be terrible, but is not necessary either. Yeah, you know, the only major good thing that border growth will do is grab all of these hill hexes for us. The rest of it's kind of meh. As soon as I get colonies, I can do what I need. I can buy what I need. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to go back to this. I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball on this, so I think I want to just take administration. And not get the free border growth. This is going to need to build some military units. I wish I had access to spearmen. Because these raiders are just going to keep coming. Let's see. Court merchants from Assyria with an offer of trade. Civics for money. It's only -8 civics. That's not actually that bad. Or do I want to give away 16 training? I actually like either of those choices, but I think the civics being only half as much. Yeah. Excuse me. Now, I don't know where the Greeks are. I guess they're way over here to my east. Whoops. Okay, the messenger reveals the main purpose. Philotas has invited me to Greece on a diplomatic trip to visit the new ruler's lands. We could learn this to spy on them. Yeah, I don't feel the need to suck up to yet another power. I think we're okay. War with Numidians has gone on long enough. You may wish to consider peace. Our spies report that one of the Numidian warlords seeks mate for her daughters. A match with your heir may be the solution to all of our problems. Let's see if they're any good. We've got wisdom and charisma. That's not terrible. And wisdom and discipline. So it's 5 or it's 6. You know, it's not bad. I don't mind having peace there with the Numidians. Oh, I never actually did pick one of these, did I? I think the chariot. We've been waiting for that. Oh, I did pick it, but we just gained something automatically, right? We got some free from spying on Greece. We unlocked something. We discovered labor force and administration. So we got roads, and we've got Treasury 1 and granaries unlocked, which means that the Claudian guy is going to come over here and try to connect this city. And if we get another guy that happens to be free, and right now this guy is kind of has to run away, so he's going to go ahead and do this. Now, this city already is connected. I just want a faster way to get between them. And I'm also going to build a faster way to get down here. Meanwhile... Oh, man. Yeah, there we go. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Oh, we already attacked this turn. Okay, never mind. So meanwhile, over here, what are we going to do on this side? This is going to be an amazing tile for a quarry, too. Yeah, actually, we want to go 2 tiles over and build a quarry here. Alright. Our income is slowly getting better with regards to stone, but we're going to need some more mines in the near future. bring this guy back here. I just want to get him back and healed. Meanwhile, we'll spend 1 to heal this guy, and we're gonna start making our way down towards... There's something over here. I think there's a city site we can conquer from the barbarians and then get reserved for ourselves. Ugh, the Owlins are in trouble. These guys need to heal up first. We're going to get another militia built here, so we can bring both militia down to help. Ugh, plus 10 on happiness. Uh-oh. My scouts need to come back and heal. They've kind of been out there for a long time. And I was planning to make this guy like me more, and I never got around to it because I didn't have the money at the time, but I think I do now. So let's influence him, wine him and dine him. Nope, nope, nope. We gotta cancel that. Move them a little closer and finish them off. Meanwhile... Now, what does this city want to do? We don't need more food. A festival could help with its culture. Very, very small amount. But I think a settler is the right call. We're going to need a lot of settlers, and now is as good a time as any to build one. Alright, we're going to do one more look over here, and then we're going to send everybody home to this forest. And you are going to try to get back to friendly territory as well. Alright, out of orders. It is what it is. These guys can't really advance over here in Rome until I finish dealing with this military disaster. Yes. Hello, Quentin. Yes. I did have a Star Citizen podcast for a while. But the game just never really developed. So, kind of got tired of waiting. Duke Manius. He's named at... Uh-oh. We named the kid after that minister I had that one time? That seems like a problem. Alright, this one's going to heal, and maybe I have enough orders here. Oh, we've got a scout. How much would it cost to build this here? Let's go find out. $750. That's not terrible. Could we sell enough food to make that happen? Yeah, okay. So I think we're going to found a landowner here as well. Or patron. I think landowner seems right. There's at least 3 plus a bunch of potential mining sources, so we'll do that. Alright, so immediately build a worker and a militia right off the bat. Thank you, my friends, for doing me a solid. I can actually order those guys around, which is kind of cool. I forgot about that. Now up here is where I'm going to build a bunch of lumber mills. This is my lumber mill capital. Anything along a river that also has a forest, that's a great spot for a lumber mill. The problem is, boy, he is going to be monopolizing that really quickly if I don't get to it. And that's the only good spot I have for lumber mills. There's no other spot nearby that has rivers and forests. So I have to start developing that ASAP, and then I have to start going for forestry soon after. Now, we finally have the opportunity to do something with these guys. These are melee marauders. They're elite. Oh, and I have no more orders? Why did I bother going down here if I can't at least hit them once? Luckily, we've got that steadfast trait. That really makes it easier to fight these guys. Alright. He doesn't hate me anymore, so I get a little bit stronger effect from him. Unfortunately, these guys won't give up. There we go. At least that's taken care of. But I've got quite a lot of workers that have things to do and people to see. Rome is on the brink of making it to the next culture level. That's good. Let's go chop some wood with this guy for a while. I'm tired of buying wood. We don't have any orders left, but at least we have some wood now. Carthage continuing to expand into my Scythian territories, those bastards. Greece is at war with the Vandals. Other things have happened. Oh, these guys got a promotion. There's not a lot of fighting in trees. I don't mind bonuses against guys that are already dead. That seems like it'll work. As long as there's not like an... Man, if there's another army hiding here, and then like they come and finish them off before I can, that'd be the biggest pain. Just the absolute biggest pain. That might save scum if I do so that happens. I just don't have the time or the effort to wait to look on the other side first. Finally gaining bonus wisdom in his old age. In broad daylight. My chief guard sets you down in the alley, cursing after a look at your leg. Looking down at yourself, you're faintly surprised to realize an arrow has embedded itself in your ceremonial robes and punctured your leg. Later you learn that only the quick actions of your chief guard have saved your life this day, chasing off the assassin while giving you medical attention. The chief guard stands before you. My king, I lost a lot of good men out there. Don't let them down. So that doesn't seem good. But, I could make him a court soldier, but let's honor the fallen bodyguards. Again, money. Biggest mistake of not having enough money right now. Control 20 specialists. Kill 15 military units or build the Ishtar Gate. Out of all of those, Ishtar Gate seems the most possible if I just put my mind to it. Let's take a quick look at what the Ishtar Gate was going to entail. Yeah, 603. I can just stop building anything but more stone and mines. I think we're going to try that. And this is either a stone or a mine. We're going to go build this mine here. So it's either 8.5, 9.5 for mines, or for quarries, or it's a +8 mine. I think it's going to be a quarry. build another mine over here to help us out. Alright, let's save up and get the Ishtar Gate going. All we have to do, and it's actually a huge challenge for me, all we have to do is not spend resources on anything but building improvements to quarries and mines. I think quarries take wood. And we're going to die soon. The sun is 29. A good year to... Oh, wow. Somebody cleared the site but did not claim it. Interesting. This has some fish. And it has a mining situation. I think sand you can't build improvements on. Am I remembering correctly? I guess you can, but anyway. There will be some very good mining or quarrying to be done over here because you get bonus for being on arid and bonus for being next to mountains, so that's a pretty good quarry spot. Okay, anyway. King Mercil of the New of Haiti has stepped down as the leader? What? That's weird. You can't just step down. They wish for me to wed Itapariah the Zealot, a worthy Hittite bride. Nobody tell them that I'm dying, okay? It says I'm doomed. Nobody tell them that I'm doomed. So sure, let's make the Hatti like us, and it's just such a terrible coincidence that we die shortly thereafter, right? It's so sad. Oh, but I don't like these Persians. That's a lot of very high-level archers. Boy. I'm gonna need to build some military units. But that costs me metal and stone! I can't afford it. Maybe I'll just build a bunch of militia. Like, a bunch of militia. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, what do we got over here? We don't want to spend any resources, so a stone cutter is our best bet. Wow, he gets +9. That's pretty good for a stone cutter. Let's do it. Alright. We actually are going to have a ton of orders left over. So maybe I can have my ambassador start a job. National peace with Assyria? Seems like a good idea. That costs a few orders. Oh, it's urban improvements that can't be built on sand. Thank you, Kolonup. That's what I was remembering couldn't do. Alright, so the funeral for King Romulus the Glorious. You're approached by Queen Dido the Wise of Carthage. I owe a debt to Romulus and was not able to repay it. Please let me repay you. I could also have her keep the favor, and which would keep her liking me a little bit more. But at the moment, I need the money. So, yeah, the Ishtar Gate is going to cost a lot of money if we don't quite have enough resources. Politely refuse. because I don't want to undercut the current king. Actually, the current king is also going to die soon, so I don't mind if he's angry. I would like the new king to like me a little bit more. So let's do that. The birth of Princess Pompeia lays to rest any worries about your legacy. You wish to provide a new heir with every comfort and opportunity, ensuring that she will grow to become the legendary leader of Rome. What will benefit the child at this young age? A new court minister? A pet? Or let's try to provide her with more siblings. I become romantic. You know, that's not terrible. The people that are bitter don't like it when you're romantic. I think a court minister is going to help me the most right now, though. How is it? Oh, the minister. I keep thinking a minister is going to give me money, but it's a negative money result. It's actually a plus civics, though. Ministers give you civics. All right. I don't think we want Judaism, but I think we're kind of going to get stuck with it. So let's go with it, I guess. So he is a builder. He should be oh my god, -4. Why is she -4 as an orator? Boy, that's really good. Let's choose that. I would like to be a governor, but I'm not suited for it, apparently. Rome needs a festival level 2 to help out with this terrible level 4 problem. I think 2 of them in a row might be necessary, which is really unfortunate. And then I don't have a lot to do. This guy's, I think, just going to come back and try to heal. These guys were exploring my new little domain here. So it'd be good to have at least some more information about that. Let's send that over here. This is the more exposed area. Alright, I think this might be close to the stopping point for us today. I'm not running slavery, not yet. I don't even have the option. I haven't unlocked that law yet. I feel like I'm pretty far behind because I had a brother that fucking hated me at the first, 10 or 12 turns of the game, and as a result, he had a bunch of negative. His wisdom counted negative against me. Peace response. Just never. Okay. Well, that's good to know, I guess. I think I want spearmen. And I do want lumber mill. Crap. Lumber mill can wait a little bit. Alright, what can we do to give ourselves more iron and more... Let's put another iron mine right here. Ah, here we can get more stone. And this is my... What is this? Valentia. We need a name for this city. Look at this tiny little lake. We're going to call it Lakeside. And therefore, this worker is going to be the Lakeside Worker. With the death of King Cyrus the Beloved of Persia, rule of Persia is passed to the guy that likes me, at least a little bit. Damn. Persia is a little close to me, and I know they have a military with a lot of experience, so I think I have to send the gifts. Gulp. The legacy of King Romulus the Glorious still resonates through the Roman world. His name is used as an example of ideal rule and remains the subject of many tales. How does a king live up to such a great legacy? Ooh. Kill 10 military units with my leader specifically as a general. Control 5 elder specialists. I do not know how that's possible. There's just so many things I have to do with my cities. I do not have time to build elder specialists, but I think that's the one we're going to start. We're going to learn how to make that happen. Master Poet, Elder Poet. So there's one. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of others options yet. So what is this scout gonna do? What do we need to scout with this guy? Maybe just keep tabs on the Numidians over here? It's not a terrible plan. These guys gotta heal. I still have a lot for my units to do right now. Because I'm kind of focusing on consolidating what I do have rather than trying to expand any further. I wouldn't mind building some spearmen soon. I finally unlocked the Chancellor. I forgot to add somebody to that. I need 600 and 300. So I need more quarries. More! Ooh, 12. Wow. The Delver leader of the city is very valuable. Alright, anyway, what can we get here? I guess Duchess Consort Tulia can be my Chancellor. Can she make sure the families like me? Family gifts to the Valerians, I think. I don't like spending the money, but... Alright, we got the iron there. This one can build an iron worker there, but what can we do? Down here, more quarries. What else can we do? More quarries! You heard the man. He said more quarries. I don't think you understand. Nepal is quarry land, as far as you're concerned. Aha! We finally got our settler. We're going to bring up to this here. Skirtidia Forest, or whatever it is. And here... we have a militia already. I guess I could get a rancher. And then maybe a festival. To help with the other thing. Where did... oh, here it is. That's my worker for this location. I need to go ahead and build... oh, no orders. I need to go build an Odeon. I know it's going to cost me a little bit of stone, but this city desperately needs some culture. Although I might be able to build a garrison first. That might be my first build. But that also costs stone. Damn it. Maybe I build them a quarry first. Ugh. They hate my choice of law, huh? I guess I gotta pay it. Boy, I do not want to have to deal with that. Ugh. Alright, and this guy is going to come over here and find a spot to build a nice little quarry. And you know what else? Maybe a quarry. What do you think? I think a quarry. Quarry sounds good to me. So what is this worker doing? This is the Claudian worker that somehow made it over to Rome. I don't think that was anticipated. I think he used the road. See, that's why I labeled them. That's my Roma worker. Okay. Okay, and I gave them a job. What is my ambassador going to do? A trade mission with someone? Maybe a Syrian. The Assyrians don't like me much, and a trade mission could help. Alright, about halfway they've been up for the Ishtar Gate. And as long as I have some money, I don't need to get all the way there. I can buy a piece of it. Not a lot, but some. Carthage has now a national alliance with Syria. Boy, that scares me a lot. I feel like if they decided they could just run me over. And this, I think, should be a Valerian city, because they're the only ones that we haven't built in a bit. And it gives me an extra luxury. Oh, you know, I haven't pulled back those luxuries in a while. Manage tribes. Return the porcelain. And then Scythians have my literature, which I think I'll let them keep. So what cities need it? I think Roma definitely needs it. It is really high on this. So let's go ahead and give them some... Oops, I didn't mean to build another worker there. Let's give them some literature. And then who else needed it? Nepal is going to get some porcelain to make their lives slightly better. And now we get to decide where we're going to build this. Okay, so now we can see everything we need to see. That seems to get me everything right there in the center. In fact, they're both the same, and if they're both the same, I kind of would prefer... I don't know why. It seems safer over here. Except I can't go there, so I'll go here. Now this could be any city, but it seems like the kind of city that the Cloudians should be in charge of. Lots of resources for them to exploit to some degree or another. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. There's not a lot of resources for them to exploit. So, and it's not really a Fabian city either, except that a Fabian city is better defended. And this does seem like it's sticking out into nowhere, so it's going to be a Fabian city. Immediately building a worker, and that's it there. What's this city going to do? Oh, yeah. Lakeside built a quarry. Good job, Lakeside. A mine. Unfortunately, this mine generates money, but it only costs trees, so we're going to do that. And this brand new city is going to need a worker and militia. And actually, that worker down, they're going to need a militia down here, too. I like having a militia everywhere. All right. That's going to be a heal, and this guy's going to come back in here and heal. So I think that's where we're going to leave it here. We are actually well on our way. Oh, we could get freedom, which is bonus per specialist, or slavery. The other thing I was going to do is look, are there any other cities where I can get an elder something? Yep, we can get a poet that gets performed into an elder here, but we need a citizen in order for that to happen, so that's going to happen soon enough. All right, that's where we're going to leave it for today. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll pick this up maybe tomorrow night around 7. Have a good one.